Alright, we'll get started in a moment. Do let me know if anyone is watching, if you can hear me. We'll get started in just a moment once I push this out to YouTube. Okay. Alright, bear with me just 1 second. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. This is Jacob Mountain coming to you live from the Southern Michigan Weather Center. And the National Weather Service out of northern Indiana has issued a severe thunderstorm warning, which in our coverage area includes all of Berrien County. Well, the vast majority of Berrien County, I should say. And this severe thunderstorm warning goes through 8 o'clock this evening. And this is for the potential for damaging wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour. Although we are also monitoring the potential for penny-sized hail. While that is not severe, it's worth mentioning. And you see, we do have the tornado possible tag on this warning as well. Now, while that does not mean that a tornado warning is warranted at this time, this line has been occasionally producing rotation and brief tornadoes back in Illinois. And there's at least some potential that might carry over in the areas south of I-94 this evening, hence the tornado possible tag. This line of storms, is moving off to the northeast at about 50 to 55 miles per hour, and I am going to go ahead and clear this, and we are going to put a storm track. So give me just a second. Let me try and track this out. This is from the leading edge, which will have the strongest wind gusts. Moving northeast at, let's go, 55. That should be good. And this takes it into these first three locations are in Indiana, but Westville at 720, Michigan City, Indiana at 721, LaPorte, Indiana at 730, and we are now heading into Michigan locations. That will take it. Looks like it's missing a few locations actually, but it will arrive, and we hover over, it will arrive in the far southwestern Berrien County here just before 7:30. We'll say around 7:30. It will then arrive, so New Buffalo 7:30, Free Oaks 7:39, Bridgman 7:43, 7:44, so just somewhere around there. These are approximate arrival times. So Stevensville 7:48, Shoreham 7:49. Oops, excuse me. Takes it into Benton Harbor. It's 7:54 on its current pace northeast. Paw Paw Lake, you will be 8:07. Berrien Springs, you will be at 7:56. Buchanan, 7:52. Niles area, eventually around 8 o'clock. Reading off the list again. The Westville, Indiana area at 7:20. 7:21, Michigan City, Indiana. 7:30 for LaPorte, Indiana. St. Joseph in Michigan, that will be 7:53. Fairplain, 7:53. Benton Harbor at 7:54. Benton Heights at 7:57. The Niles area at 7:58. The Wildjack area, I apologize, I mispronounced that, is at 8:09. And eventually South Haven, if it continues at its current strength, it will be arriving in your area roughly around 8:13. However, if you are in the warning area, do not wait until this line of storm is overhead to take shelter. And where I want you to go is your heading into in your sturdy structure, lowest floor, away from windows. That's where I want you to be. So, look at the chat here. Joshua Galka. I apologize, I have a mispronounced, but storms weakening as they move. Yes, we are expecting a weakening trend as we continue, as these line of storms continues to move to the northeast. However, there is still at least the isolated severe weather potential, probably through most of our region through the evening hours. But yes, the storms will in general weaken as they move northeast, as we're not in the best instability, and we don't have quite the moisture that areas off to our southwest had, where the better severe weather potential was throughout the day. So let me take a look real quick. Let's take a look at velocity, as we do have that tornado possible tag, and I'm not seeing anything that screams tornado to me right now, but there is some rotation, and I will give me a second. I will highlight that. Again, nothing that immediately screams tornado to me at this time, but there's a couple areas we are watching of rotation, and that is something we will have to keep an eye on as these storms continue to move northeast into our region, especially near and south of I-94, as it won't take much of this line to spin up a brief tornado or two. Again, the better chances of that, and the better chances for the strong tornadoes, stronger type EF2 plus tornadoes, were off to our southwest in Illinois, and that will remain the case as the storms exit. But that does not mean we can't have a tornado, and with the brief, quick spin up type nature, it might not necessarily get a tornado warning. But we still want you to exercise caution and be indoors, away from windows, sturdy structures. I'll go ahead and clear that in just a second. Alright, let me go back to reflectivity, and let me go to our local view. So again, the National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Berrien County, and that warning is in effect until 8 o'clock for potential 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. And we are also monitoring potential rotation, and if one is detected, and if rotation gets strong enough, a tornado warning may be necessary. So we will continue monitoring things here in the Weather Center, and if any new warnings are issued, such as that aforementioned tornado warning, or if we have any other, or if we see anything suspicious, or if new severe thunderstorm warnings are issued, we will be back with you here live as needed here in the Weather Center. At this time, I'm going to sign off for the moment. This is Jacob Melton here in the Southern Michigan Weather Center. Stay tuned to Southern Michigan Weather. We will keep you advised.